Well, good morning to you. What's today? Wednesday, 19th of June 2024. And I know that some of you are desperately hoping that I'm going to shinny up this ladder and glue that stone in. Well, it ain't going to happen this morning. It's sort of eased to a fine drizzle at the moment, but it's raining and I ain't mixing mortar and trying to do work when it's raining. Doesn't work so well anyway. So we'll have a quick wander around the farm, which is very moist at the moment. So, you know, no comedy watering cans today, but just a quick sort of look at tomatoes beginning to form. I'm wondering when they're going to start to change colour, because this weather will delay that. But we've got plenty of fruit forming, and we've got leeks that are pushing away, and we've got courgette plants that are doing courgette-y sort of things, and the blet tree has just fallen over. Hardly a surprise. Yeah, not a surprise at all. But more fruit. This is a little cherry tomato, kindly given to me by the sisters at the Abbey. They're a nice bunch, the sisters. Yes, we've got fruit coming, but not just yet. Ah, that's good. A courgette flower, but it's on a male flower, so that won't give me any fruit. And I'm curious, these tomatoes, these are the so-called banana, yellow banana tomatoes. They sort of fascinate me because they're different. Now this is a sort of admission of failure. What we're looking at here is a red onion, and when I planted them, a couple of my friends said, "Oh, you planted them too early." Now, too early is one of those phrases that, you know, it does mean something and yet it doesn't mean anything, because what is too early? Their judgment was based on their knowledge, their understanding of the weather and the seasons and so on and so forth in this part of the world. Their idea of too early would not be the same if they were talking about Greenland or New Mexico or wherever. But they said, oh, too early. Because what's happened is this onion thinks this is the year that it's going to have a flower on it. You can see this one, the flower is just starting to open. Which means that the onion bulb at the bottom is not going to form into a wonderful, nice, big, fat red onion. So, you know, a little bit of a loss there. Not a big issue, but, you know, if I was commercially growing onions to sell, that onion is a waste of time. But what I do like about onion, I don't know how many of you have ever looked at one of these. I'm sure some of you have, some of you possibly haven't. But just look at the stem that the onion flower is on. This great big thick hollow stem. I think they're fascinating. But there we are. We have got other onions that will be good to eat, so it's not the end of the world. But yes, next year I will buy my onion sets and I will wait until one of my friends says this is the weekend that you need to plant your onions. But it all gets pretty complicated because the weekend that I should have been planting onions, I was probably mixing concrete or something. Good thing about the rain, it makes pulling the weeds up a lot easier. Bad thing about the rain is it means that the weeds are doing very, very well. Well, with the break in the rain, there's a few things that I've started to tackle. And I always like to include some education in my videos. So I realise that not all of you know this, but cats are not herbivores. They, unlike sheep, cattle, goats, they will not keep your grass cut, which is a bit of a blow. So I'm going to give it 5 minutes of attention while I can. Yes, you see, we're walking straight past all of that wonderful grass that we could be eating, and we're not eating it. Sometimes when you're driving along the road, you see something and you think, you know, I'm going to stop and I'm going to take some film of that. Now, as you can see by the way they're all looking at me, they are not really used to too many people filming them. Smile, girls, you're on candid camera. And actually looking, there's not too many girls there, is there? But normally this is just a little stream. But with all the rain we've been having, it's burst its banks. C'est des bords, if I'm going to speak French sometimes. And the cows are rather, the cattle, the beef, is rather enjoying it. But there we are. The cows think it's weird that an Englishman would drive all this way to film them paddling, but I just thought you'd like that. Well, while I was playing Scrabble, it rained, and now we're back on the road going back to Azay-le-Ferron. It's what we call an inondation, a flood. It's been a while since I've got my tyres wet.